Have you ever wondered what happens when a Sigma male encounters a challenge in a relationship? What does he do when his interest plays hard to get? Well, let's first unravel the enigma of Sigma males. Picture a man, introverted, self-reliant, and free from the social hierarchy. This is the Sigma male, the lone wolf, the wanderer, the mysterious stranger. He doesn't fit into the usual alpha and beta dichotomy we're all familiar with. He's not interested in leading or following. He's blazing his own path, following his own rules. Sigma males are often misunderstood, seen as aloof or distant, but that's far from the truth. They're simply self-sufficient, comfortable in their own skin, and uninterested in the usual social games. They value their independence and freedom above all else. They're the ones who'd rather read a book in a corner than be the life of the party. They're the silent observers, the thinkers, the ones who see the world from a unique perspective. Now, how does this translate to relationships? Well, Sigma males don't play by the usual rules of dating. They aren't the ones to chase or be chased. They're not about grand gestures or sweeping declarations of love. They seek a profound connection, something deeper than surface-level attraction. They're drawn to authenticity, to people who are true to themselves. But what happens when a Sigma male encounters a challenge in a relationship? What does he do when his interest plays hard to get? Does he chase after them, seek their validation, or does he step back and reassess? It's not about winning or losing for a Sigma male. It's about understanding, about seeing the situation from all angles. They're not driven by ego or pride. They're driven by their desire to understand, to connect on a deeper level. So let's dive into the world of Sigma males and see how they navigate the complex waters of relationships. Let's explore their unique approach to love and connection. Let's delve into the mind of the enigmatic Sigma male and see what we can learn from their unique perspective. Contrary to popular belief, Sigma males do engage in relationships, but their approach is different from the norm. You see, a Sigma male, unlike his alpha or beta counterparts, doesn't need to be the center of attention or the leader of the pack. Instead, he values his independence and solitude, embracing his own unique path. Now let's delve into the fascinating world of Sigma males and relationships. Picture this. A Sigma male, let's call him John, finds himself attracted to a woman. He doesn't rush into things, nor does he try to impress her with flashy displays of wealth or power. Instead, he takes his time, getting to know her genuinely, appreciating her for who she truly is, not just a trophy to be won. In a relationship, John maintains his independence while demonstrating his care and affection. He's not the type to smother his partner with constant attention or demand her undivided focus. Rather, he respects her independence just as much as he values his own. He understands that a relationship is a partnership, not a power play. It's about two individuals choosing to share their lives while still maintaining their individual identities. John's approach is not about playing games or manipulating emotions. It's about authenticity, honesty, and mutual respect. He doesn't need to conform to societal expectations of what a man in a relationship should be. Instead, he defines his own standards, living life on his own terms. This makes him intriguing, appealing, and somewhat of a mystery, further fueling the attraction. However, this doesn't mean that a relationship with a Sigma male is always smooth sailing. Like any other, it can face challenges and hiccups. But the way a Sigma male deals with these challenges is quite distinctive. Instead of letting emotions dictate his actions, he's likely to take a step back, analyze the situation, and find a logical solution. Now let's see what happens when a Sigma male encounters a challenge in his relationship. Trust me, it's unlike anything you might expect. And that's what makes understanding Sigma males and their approach to relationships so fascinating. So what happens when a Sigma male's love interest decides to play hard to get? Does he give up, or does he rise to the challenge? Well, let's dive into this intriguing scenario. We all know the age-old tactic of playing hard to get, right? It's when someone, typically in the early stages of a romantic relationship, decides to maintain a certain level of aloofness or indifference to spark the other person's interest. It's a game of chase, a push and pull dynamic that can be both exciting and frustrating. Now imagine this scenario. A Sigma male, the lone wolf, The man who thrives in his solitude and marches to the beat of his own drum meets someone who piques his interest. But instead of reciprocating his advances, she decides to play the game of hard to get. This is where things get interesting. You see, Sigma males are not your average men. They don't follow the crowd. They follow their own path. They are self-reliant and independent, but they also value genuine connection and authenticity. So, a game of chase? That's not really their style. Sigma males are not easily swayed by mind games or manipulation. They prefer straightforwardness and honesty. They see through the facade and aren't attracted to pretense. They are drawn to individuals who are genuine, who present themselves as they truly are, without any sugarcoating or artificial airs. So how does our Sigma male respond to his love interest's tactic of playing hard to get? Well, he doesn't play along. He doesn't chase or beg. He respects her decision, gives her the space she seems to need, and continues to live his life on his own terms. He doesn't put his life on hold or compromise his values. In essence, our Sigma male doesn't play the game, he changes it. He sets his own rules, sticks to his guns, and remains true to himself. He doesn't let anyone dictate his actions or manipulate his emotions. He stays composed, focused, and most importantly, authentic. Now, let's see how our Sigma male responds to this challenge. Our Sigma male doesn't react in the way you would expect. Instead, he takes a different approach. You see, when met with the age-old tactic of a love interest playing hard to get, the Sigma male doesn't chase after her, like our typical alpha or beta male might. Oh no, he's not one to play into the hands of a game he didn't agree to join in the first place. Let's take our friend John, a classic Sigma male, for instance. He was interested in Lisa, a lively, vivacious woman. Lisa, on the other hand, relished the cat-and-mouse chase and decided to play hard to get. She would cancel dates at the last minute, not answer his calls, and sometimes even ignore him altogether. Now, the traditional response might be to pursue her even harder, right? But here's where the Sigma male differs. John didn't dial her number 1,000 times or send her a dozen roses to her office. He didn't stalk her social media profiles or show up at her house unannounced. Instead, he respected her space and her decision. John, being a Sigma male, values his own time and independence just as much as he respects others. He didn't see Lisa's behavior as a challenge to win her over, but rather as a sign that she wasn't ready or interested in the kind of relationship he was looking for. John didn't let this deter him, though. He continued his life as usual, pursuing his interests, hanging out with friends, and working on his personal growth. He didn't shut himself off from the world, nor did he wallow in self-pity. He understood that just as he is free to express his interest, Lisa is free to respond in the way she chooses. In the meantime, Lisa noticed John's lack of typical response. His absence was louder than any desperate plea could ever be. She started to wonder why he wasn't chasing her, why he wasn't begging for her attention like the others. And this, my friends, made her more intrigued by him. In the end, it was Lisa who reached out to John. She was drawn to his respect for her decisions, his independence, and his refusal to play games. John's approach may have been unconventional, but it was undeniably effective. So what does this tell us about Sigma males? They're not the ones to play by societal rules. They take the road less traveled, and it often leads them to unexpected yet rewarding destinations. They value genuine connections over forced interactions and respect over desperation. So, what can we learn from this Sigma male's approach to relationships? Well, that's a story for another day. But for now, let's just say sometimes the best response is not to play the game at all. Sigma males, with their unique approach to relationships, can teach us a lot about independence and resilience. Let's dive into what we can learn from these lone wolves of the social hierarchy. The first lesson we can draw from Sigma males is the value of self-reliance. Sigma males are the embodiment of independence. They don't rely on anyone but themselves, neither for their happiness nor their success. This self-reliance is not about being aloof or detached, but about understanding that we alone are responsible for our life and our choices. The second lesson we can learn from Sigma males is resilience. Have you ever noticed how Sigma males seem to bounce back from setbacks with ease? That's because they see every failure as a stepping stone to success. They don't dwell on what went wrong, they learn from it and move forward. This kind of resilience is a powerful tool that we can all incorporate into our lives. Now let's talk about emotional intelligence. Sigma males might not be the life of the party, but they are excellent observers and listeners. They understand their emotions and the emotions of others, which is a critical skill in any relationship. Emotional intelligence allows us to empathize with our partners, to communicate effectively, and to resolve conflicts in a healthy manner. The fourth lesson we can learn from Sigma males is the importance of setting boundaries. Sigma males value their time and energy, and they are not afraid to say no when necessary. They understand that setting boundaries is not about being selfish, but about respecting oneself and others. This lesson can be a game changer in our relationships, creating a healthy balance of give and take. Lastly, Sigma males teach us that it's okay to be different. They don't conform to societal norms or expectations, and they're not afraid to go against the grain. They show us that it's okay to be true to ourselves, even if it means standing out from the crowd. So you see, Sigma males, with their unique approach to relationships, have a lot to teach us. They show us the value of independence, resilience, emotional intelligence, setting boundaries, and being true to ourselves. Each of these lessons can be a powerful tool in our own relationships, helping us to build stronger, healthier, and more fulfilling connections with others. Remember, it's not about becoming a Sigma male or trying to fit into any specific social archetype. It's about learning from their approach and applying these lessons in a way that works for us. After all, we are all unique individuals with our own strengths and weaknesses. Sigma males, with their distinctive approach, show us that there is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to relationships. In the world of relationships, Sigma males stand out with their unique approach. As we've journeyed through this exploration of Sigma males, we've seen how their distinct style, particularly when dealing with the age-old game of hard to get, sets them apart from the crowd. We began with the enigma of Sigma males, these independent, introverted individuals who shun the need for social validation. They are the lone wolves, the free thinkers who operate outside societal norms and expectations. Their allure lies in their mysterious and unpredictable nature, which is both intriguing and captivating. In the realm of relationships, Sigma males tread a different path. They are not driven by the need for external validation, rather, they seek meaningful, authentic connections. It's not about winning or losing for them, but about finding someone who resonates with their unique wavelength. When faced with the classic hard-to-get scenario, the Sigma male doesn't resort to conventional tactics. Instead, they maintain their cool composure, embracing patience and persistence. They don't play games or manipulate, but instead they respect the other person's space and decision, while remaining true to their own values and principles. In reacting to these situations, Sigma males teach us a valuable lesson: the importance of authenticity and self-respect in relationships. They show us it's not about winning someone over, but about finding a true connection that respects and values both individuals. This exploration of Sigma males and their approach to relationships sheds light on a different perspective, a perspective that values authenticity, patience, and respect over manipulation and game playing. It's a refreshing and enlightening viewpoint, one that encourages us to question societal norms and expectations in relationships. So, next time you encounter a challenge in your relationship, remember the Sigma male and consider a different approach. You might be surprised by the results. Embrace authenticity, respect for others, and most importantly, self-respect. These are the hallmarks of a Sigma male, and perhaps they could make a difference in your own relationships too.